Are you afraid of death? Think about that question for a few moments. I'll be quiet as well and think about it. Are you ready to die? Perhaps you said yes. Well, everyone thinks they're ready to die. They don't actually know what death is. They don't know what those final moments are going to be like. There's a great book by Thomas à Kempis, a spiritual writer. He said that in those last moments, those are the moments where you are attacked by so many demons with great ferocity, more than ever before. You imagine the temptations of now. They're strong enough. But in that moment, it's going to be a lot worse because you are attached so deeply to the things of the flesh, the things of the world. I just imagine right now, there's so many things that would be able to take my joy if God didn't show great mercy and grace to me. Things like living in a warm apartment. I can imagine if I was a homeless person sleeping on the street every night, would that break down my heart? Would not having good food to eat, or a good job, something that I found rewarding in life, or to have a loving family, or to even be able to go to church, all of these things that I want to turn out a certain way, I want to live in a certain way, I want things to go to my liking. People get so disgruntled when things don't go to their liking. They're driving to church and they get angry that somebody passes them in front. They get angry when something happens at Mass and it's not something that they prefer. Maybe they turned on, the choir started to play a song that they didn't like. And we get, say, irritated by these small things. And it's really just symptoms of a larger cause. It's a symptom of the disease that is attachment to things of this world. And now we see how corrupting that can be. Of course, in these extreme examples, like a wealthy billionaire or a millionaire who has all of this money, but he doesn't have any happiness or joy in this life at all. We see the person who worked their entire life and never spent time to enjoy the small things of life, or never to raise a family, never to commit to a vocation. We see people that live without a purpose, people that just drift along, and they're drifting along complacently on things that are comfortable. Pope Benedict supposedly said that you were not made for comfort. That's what I said, but Pope Benedict said, the world offers you comfort, but you were not made for comfort. You were made for greatness. And that's the greatness of fulfilling your purpose. Now, what is your purpose? Is your purpose to live a worldly, successful life? To have a car and a camper and a boat, and to have the newest phone, and to have all of these book collections behind you, or to have a nice apartment? Is that your purpose in life? Is that what you should be focused on? Is that what you should have your attachment set on? Or is that just an anchor that is weighing down your ship? A lock that is keeping that door closed, that could lead you on a path of greater freedom. Freedom where you have a life that is fully alive, that is not concerned about getting something, but instead giving yourself, of fulfilling that purpose. That purpose is to love and to know God. From that, to serve God, to love your neighbors as yourself, to love yourself even. St. Bernard has, I believe, 4 levels of love, and I think the last level is to love yourself. And you have to love yourself, not for your own sake, but for God's sake. God created you out of love, and you have to show that respect to God. It is love that will free you from those things that you have a selfish desire for right now. It is true love that is giving, that is sacrificial. You think of those marriages that last 50 years, sacrificial love that is not always concerned about happiness, but instead consistent through joy and consistent through all the seasons, trusting, faithful, hopeful, patient. Now, all of these things together, it seems like we're getting way far away from the original question there. Are you afraid of death? Well, I'm talking about all this, and I just think, how often do I think about these things? And I might think about them a lot. I might drift through them. But again, it's trying to actually change your life, to try to change your ways, to not just know about all of this. What good would it be to know all of this? The Greeks, like ancient Greeks back here, they know all of this. They know how to live a good life. I could show you Cicero, and it would seem to you as if it was the words of a saint. You would be convinced by some of the beliefs of Aristotle about purpose, about living for a good life. But you are not living a life for Christ. A life where the cross is the center of your life. Now that cross, it's looking and seeing the mercy of God, of God's humility. God becoming our brother, our friend, and being betrayed by us, being betrayed literally by his friend Judas, and being beaten, being hurt, harmed, saddened by our sins, knowing that we were going to commit these sins, that we were going to neglect God, that we were going to turn away